Okay, so hopefully you can hear over my furnace. Let's make gluten-free vegan corn pudding. I made it for the first time yesterday, and I've grown up on corn pudding, so I thought it was really worth it to show it to other people who might be having dietary differences like I am in my older years. So you use whatever plant milk you use, but this is the one I use. I get it at Kroger. I guess the company is called Planet Oat. So it's unsweetened original. So I have that measured out over there. Let me set this to the side. And since I don't use eggs, I use Arrowroot. I tried another, I'm pretty sure it was Bob's Red Mill. It was can't remember what it was called. I think I took a photo somewhere. It did not work for me. It made me sick. But this Arrowroot powder was new to me. I guess it's kind of like a cornstarch. And so I've circled how you use it as an egg replacer. So you're going to whisk together 1 tablespoon of this powder, 1 tablespoon vegetable oil, I use olive oil, and 1/4 a cup water, and all that equals an egg. The only thing that it does do is you might need to add a little more flour to whatever you're making, just because this puts a little more liquid in. So I've got my, don't know if I talked about that in an earlier video, all of my modern PYREX, lowercase PYREX, it all shattered, and I had dust, glass dust all over the kitchen. So I've greased my capital PYREX dish. It seems kind of shallow, but it actually works out. I tried yesterday and it worked. So I've already greased it, and the first thing you're supposed to do is make your egg. Getting these out of the dryer because I just washed them, but they're a little damp. So you measure out 1 tablespoon. And this Goopy's walking around, so you'll hear her little paws at the end of this bag, so it's going to give me difficulty. Okay, let's see. Doesn't even want to stand up. So I will attempt to level off this in the bag. It's not perfect, but I'm not worried about that. So you dump it in the bag. Dump it in the bowl. Can you see that bowl? I'm not the best at these videos. But this is so good. I'm making a second batch. It was so good yesterday. Set that to the side. And then you get your 1 tablespoon. I use olive oil. My vegan diet I'm doing is a heart healthy thing. So the only oil I can have is olive oil. Pardon the commercials, I'm using the YouTube on my old time radio. Let's see, put you over there. And I'm gonna get a Farky Fark. Nope, I'm gonna get butterscotch. I always love my butterscotch more than my red, because I'm weird like that. We've got 2 parts. Then we add our 1/4 cup water. Whisk it. Oh, and I didn't say it, but I did clean my hands before I started. I always teach that to my kids. Clean your hands before you cook. Especially if you're gonna have other people eating your food. If it's just for yourself, do what you want. So you can see this looks good and mixed. That's just kind of how it looks. So when I used to make corn pudding the other way, it was so easy. My version of it, I make mine drier than my mom's. So I just put 1 egg in, whisk it, and then I'd add my milk. Now it's my oat milk. And just stir it, mix it. And then you do, see, I knew I'd forget that. So that means you gotta wash off your utensil if you only have one, like me. Because I thought I planned ahead, but I did not. So my 1 tablespoon of, get that out of the way. It's so cold today. I've got a gazillion layers on. And I have my favorite 40s robe on, so I don't want to get it gooky. So you have 1. This is my gluten-free flour. I do not like it. Just opened it yesterday for Thanksgiving. So here's the 3rd. Just measured it level. And then you could mix it up with this thing, but I think I'm going to use a fork. I think that'll be a little bit easier to clean. And once you get this mixed, which I always struggle with mixing the flour in, it's not a big deal. I just do my best to get the clumps away. But once you get the clumps out of here, then I'm gonna pour in, it was just under a pound, my bag of frozen organic corn. If you grow your own, that's awesome. I've yet to learn how to grow my own. That's pretty good because you're gonna keep stirring it in the oven. I give it a good 30-40 minutes. It's really flexible. It's really a flexible dish. And so I'll wash that off once I turn off the camera. But you put in your corn and you don't even stir it in the beginning. You just plop. I mean, you can spread it around if you want. It doesn't matter if it has ice on it from the freezer. It's all good. Serious, this is a very easy to make recipe. So now, if you can see, okay, get ready for a mess. And I will show you, messy, messy, messy. Everybody gets some slack after Thanksgiving, right? So then you put it in your oven. Put it in there. Watch the grease on your hand. Set your vintage timer. Let's see. I like to do my first stir around 30 minutes. So you could remind yourself to do that first stir around 30 minutes. You could wait 45 minutes. Just keep track of the time. I mean, I like mine more done, and I have to say this doesn't build the skin on the edge. That sounds weird, but the other version, previous to vegan, would build the most incredible, slightly burned edge, which was my favorite thing. I'd always eat the burned part, and my kids would eat the other part. So you cook it as much as you like, but I could just set this to 59 minutes, and then I'll smell it in 30, 40 minutes, and that'll remind me, oh, go give it a stir. It's not a big deal at all. So there you go. There's a very easy vegan Southern corn pudding. There we go. Look at the slightly cleaner side over here. There we go. Hope you enjoy. Have a great day.